Hey, Facebook world. So, live again. I wanted to do like a follow up to what I talked about on Monday in my Monday live. And what I talked about was, if you haven't had a chance to watch it, was relationships. And because it was Valentine's Day, right? And I kind of talked about how they can be good and why sometimes we need help with them. So for this one, I wanted to talk about what happens afterwards, right? When the relationship didn't go so well and you did end up breaking up with somebody. So my number one rule when I talk to anybody, any client that is, and I'll give advice to friends, family if they want it, about breakups is you never get into another breakup right, or not, sorry, not another breakup right away, another relationship right away. Just don't do it. There is a reason why you broke up with somebody or somebody broke up with you. And so when we tend to jump into other relationships pretty quickly, we do not find out the reasons why it didn't go so well or what we need to do to improve on ourselves. It's very easy for us to say it was the other person, right? The other person didn't say I wasn't showing up, or the other person wasn't sharing their emotions enough, or X, Y, and Z. It doesn't matter. There's 100 excuses we can give, and we can put all the blame onto another person so that we don't have to reflect upon ourselves. It's a lot easier that way. It is very harder to reflect on ourselves and just really to work on ourselves, to know that maybe we actually did mess up a little bit. And there is part of the story that's there for us to claim, to be our own, to be accountable for. I have heard of many people who they're on their third, fourth, or fifth marriage. And you want to know what? If they haven't worked on themselves, they'll be on their fourth, fifth, and sixth marriage pretty damn quickly. And that is just what happens when we decide not to work on ourselves after a breakup. So what can you do, right? How can you internalize and maybe change some stuff? Well, that sometimes starts with getting a therapist, and let the therapist help you discover where you can improve in your life. You can go to a self-help group, you can read self-help books, you can go get a coach. There's so many things that we can do, but the number one thing you shouldn't do, and I cannot stress this enough, is don't jump into another relationship with somebody. It may not work out like you want it to, and you don't have the chance to heal, because when we get out of a relationship, especially a long-term relationship, and sometimes even a 6-month relationship, we go through the grieving process. And maybe people aren't aware that you do, but you really do go through the grieving process, because when you are with this person, you envisioned a life. You may have envisioned asking them to marry you. You may have envisioned the marriage, maybe the kids that came along with it. Maybe you're already married. So you envisioned time spent together with your grandkids. Maybe you envisioned, growing old with this person. And what your life would look like when you retired from this person. And we have to grieve all of that. We have to let all that go somehow. And we have to release it all. And we have to understand that, I can take accountability. And all of it, some of it, half of it was my fault. But I am a good person, and I'm going to work on myself, and I'm going to get what I need to. And what did I get out of that relationship? Because even when relationships go really bad, sometimes we do get something out of them too, right? We learn something about ourselves, or we learn something about what we want and what we don't want. And that's what's really important. I know this may not sound like loving or whatever, but relationships can be like a business transaction, especially the older you get. And if you have properties, if you save money, if you have a really good credit score, or what if you don't have those things? So what if you have those things? You want to attract somebody that also has those qualities, because you don't want to attract somebody that will spend your money, that you have really earned to save, or that you will come together and marry and then you're giving away half your property or half your business. So it's really important that you work on yourself so you attract the right kind of person that you want to spend the rest of your life with, and they want to spend the rest of their life with you. But what if you don't have those things? I mean, you don't have to have property, you don't have to have money, but you do have to have some good qualities as a person on the inside. And if you don't, if you spend a lot of your time reacting to situations, not really thinking through situations, maybe not learning anything about yourself, then it's really hard to attract somebody that you want at a higher caliber, because you won't do that. You have to really heal yourself to attract that person that is at the highest caliber that you want them to be at. Otherwise, it just doesn't work out. People don't want to be with somebody that's going to drag them down. And so that's my take on relationships. Pretty simple. Don't get into another relationship once you have a breakup. Heal yourself. Take time. And time is a funny thing, because we can be like, I know I'm going to be a really great business person, or I know I'm going to be a really great therapist, or I know I'm really going to be, a great husband or a father or a mother or whatever. But there is no time limit in life. Time does not work how we want time to work. Time works how time wants to work. And if we continue to work on ourselves and become a better version of ourselves every single day, we're going to reach what we want. We're going to attract that partner or that spouse that we really, really want. But it will not be on our timetable, because that is just the way life works. Time slips through our fingers, and in 5 years, if we've worked on ourselves, then we are where we want to be, and we will attract who we are meant to attract. It is as simple as that. And my other thing on relationships is, and this is really for the kids and the kids out there, the ones that are under 18, where parents stay together just for the kids. Stop it. Don't do it. They're not blind. They're not dumb. They see everything. They know that you are not going to work out. So either you put your time and energy into working the relationship out, or you break up and you allow your kids time to heal, and you allow yourself time to heal. And that, I think, is the most helpful information I can give somebody when it comes to a breakup. I've had clients who have gotten into relationships afterwards, and sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. And I have clients who, got out of a relationship and want to improve themselves really badly or work on some other aspect of their life, but they're still out there searching for a partner, and they don't understand that when they work on themselves, they attract that right partner for them. So hopefully you guys can all go out there and start working on yourself every day, even if you're with a partner. And if you're without a partner, just keep it up. You're going to attract the right person. It will happen naturally when the time is right. What I would ask for is that if anybody has anything that they want answered, some questions, I would love to do some live videos on those. So just send me a comment or a message, and I'd love to have some more topics to talk about in these videos. Hope everybody's having a great night.